Hi and welcome. I'm Chris Upham from Coldwell Banker. Today we're talking about the number 3 top most costly mistake that home buyers make. And that is using a backward approach to finding the right home. I find there's so many times where home buyers, and perhaps it's because they're getting frustrated with not seeing what they want online or something, they'll set out to just driving neighborhoods that they like and writing down the addresses of every house that has a for sale sign, and then usually calling their agent and asking about that. The problem with this approach is that 80% of these homes that you see, are either no longer on the market, perhaps they're under contract, or maybe they've actually just sold. Perhaps they're actually for rent, not for sale. Maybe they're not in your comfortable price range, or maybe they're 2 or 3 times your comfortable price range. Perhaps they don't have the basic features that you need in a house, such as the number of bedrooms and bathrooms and living space and that sort of thing. So, don't be like the buyers who fall into this trap, because what they end up finding, and there's been a lot of buyers that I've worked with that have done this and fallen into this trap, and in the end, after they sent me a list of 14 properties that they drove around and thought that they loved, come to find out that none of them worked and were actually met their criteria. So they end up feeling like they wasted their time, their valuable time off from work, going and looking at houses that didn't actually work for them. So the best and the smartest approach to finding your dream house is actually just to start in the comfort of your own home or your office on the computer. I recommend starting an online search. This is what I do. I start at the computer first using the multiple listing service, and there's tons of websites out there that do it. Of course, my website, uphamrealestate.com, does as well. But just use the basic criteria, like the zip code, or if you're using the type where you can do a map-based search, draw a box or a polygon on the map of the area that you want. Define the price range, and it's good to have a minimum end of it to cut off the properties that are not as nice as you'd like, as well as define a maximum end of your price range. And define the minimum number of bedrooms and bathrooms. You don't necessarily have to do a maximum for these, because usually the searches will include everything that's above your minimum. And then you're able to review the search results, and then we can go out and visit the homes. And that way you're focusing all your time, effort, and energies on homes that actually meet your criteria. A big mistake, and a special thing that I end up seeing the most about the biggest mistake that people make when they're doing their online searches, is that they end up entering in too much criteria. And it's the danger, the pitfall of the advanced search, where they'll be putting in too much specific criteria, such as fireplaces, garages, dining rooms, foreclosure, short sale, HUD-owned, bank-owned, REO. What happens when you put in all of that criteria, you may end up finding that your search returns no properties or just a few, and then you end up getting frustrated. So what I recommend is just keep it to the basics: the location, the minimum and maximum price range, as well as the minimum bedrooms and bathrooms, and then sort them manually from there. Additionally, I want to make a special note about using square footages. It's in your property searches. It's interesting that here in the Alexandria, in the DC metro area, a lot of times the square footage isn't entered into the listing. And so if you were a buyer that was using a square footage, and many buyers start off trying to do this, you put the square footage in the MLS search. What happens is that since some of these very good and great homes that are listed in MLS might not have the square footage in the listing, you end up missing out on those properties, because what happens is that they're filled in with a 0. And if you've put in that you want 2,500 square feet, but since the agent didn't put it in, it says 0, then all of a sudden you've missed out on a house that would otherwise have been excellent. So recommend, don't use the square footage in your search criteria. Just look at that manually when you're looking through the listings, or just get into the house with your agent, and you'll be able to see if the space works for you. But that way you won't miss out on your dream house. Now, a special note: at uphamrealestate.com, which is my website, we allow you to save your searches. And this has several very key benefits to you. And that is, once you set up your search criteria, save it, and then that way we'll be able to send you new listing updates the moment that a house that you like comes onto the market, as well as price reduction notifications, so that if a price is reduced, you'll know instantly and you'll be able to react. And the other thing is that when you're saving a search on my website at uphamrealestate.com, I'm able to take a look at the back end of that search, and if you end up needing help to tweak or adjust your search, I can do that for you after talking with you. So, but you might sit there and wonder, okay, well, how is this backward approach to searching for homes going to cost me thousands of dollars? Well, let me tell you what. The absolute best deals on homes, it's a fact, are the ones that sell. They end up selling very fast. These are the homes that are in gorgeous condition. They're priced to sell, and they end up selling fast. And so if you're wondering if this ends up being a costly mistake to search the incorrect way, ask the people who have lost out on a house that was a dream house, but they missed out on it because they didn't have their searches set up correctly. They were wasting time looking for homes the wrong way, and then when the house that they love came on the market, they didn't hear about it fast enough to be able to be the first one to act and to get a great deal on that house. And they end up, their search takes twice as long. So, be able to avoid those mistakes. Go about your searches the correct way. Better yet, talk to your real estate agent, and they can help you right along the path. That's real good. We'll talk with you soon, and in the coming weeks, we're going to be talking about the number 2 and the number 1 most costly mistakes that home buyers make.